Welcome to the Nation Diplomatic Dispatch, your window into diplomacy and international affairs. I'm Jessie CHAHAL, and today we explore Malaysia and Senegal's partnership. And joining us today is His Excellency ABDOULAYE BARRO, Ambassador of the Republic of Senegal to Malaysia, to share insights about the growing ties between both nations and how opportunities that lie ahead can be materialized. Welcome, Your Excellency. It's good to have you with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, such a pleasure, and so much to really uncover with both the nations' relations and ties over the years. Both countries, Senegal and Malaysia, Your Excellency, has established diplomatic ties way back in 1986. That's a while now, and our nations have both maintained relations ever since in terms of it being constructive yet cordial. From your perspective, how would you describe the current state of Malaysia-Senegal's relations?
So Malaysia and Senegal as two countries, geographically there is some distance, I think about maybe more than maybe 13,000 kilometers or maybe 15, I don't know. But we share a lot of values together, so we are very close in the international scene. So we share a lot of values, we share a lot of views also. We are united by many things, including our belonging to the Islamic community. We share OIC, we share the non-aligned movements. We also are all both members of the G27 when it comes to the UN negotiations. So you see that we share a lot of values. We have this our views are very close and aligned, and we are close also when it comes to some subject on the international scene, including the Palestinian cause, which Malaysia have a very on which Malaysia has a very strong position. And also I can remind you that Senegal is chairing the committee of the inalienable rights of Palestinian people of the UN since 1975. So and then also Malaysia and Senegal also are sharing what we call the committee of the UN Committee on Israeli practices on the occupied territories, since which we share with also a third country, which is Sri Lanka. So ties are there. We are very close despite the distance.
Despite the distance. And of course, milestones are there as well. The recent official visit of Senegal's Minister of African Integration and Foreign Affairs, Yassine Fall, to Malaysia earlier this year in August marked an important milestone as well. What were some of the key outcomes from this visit, Your Excellency, and how have they helped to shape so far the bilateral agenda moving forward?
Yes, this visit is a milestone visit, but it doesn't come out of nowhere. As you can remember, maybe last May 2024, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Malaysia visited also Senegal. That was last May, I think. He was one of the first foreign personality to visit my minister after just taking office early April last year. After that, also I think 6 years back, Prime Minister Mahathir visited Senegal. That was also a very milestone visit. And then I came to visit yesterday. I mean last week, because the minister took also some days to stay with Malaysia. Yes, for a private visit. After her visit, it was very good. We had a very good visit, and then we met all Malaysian authorities, including the Prime Minister, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Minister in charge of Plantation, the Minister in charge of Religious Affairs, the Minister in charge of Trade and Investment, as well as the DG of Petronas. And then we visited also some facilities. We visited what's called SMS Rail. We visited IRIS. Maybe you don't know that Senegalese passports are produced here from Malaysia, and then yes, as well as our ID cards. So that shows how intense are the relations. So now we are looking forward to see how maybe we can build up from what the two ministers and what the two governments has done in the last year, to see maybe what is the way forward. And then the perspectives are very, very good and interesting. I think in all these areas we'll cover all the ground, including cooperation on economic affairs. We are going to sign maybe anytime soon, hopefully by next September, the MOU on economic, social, technical and cultural affairs, ESTCA, between the two ministers, maybe during the high level of the UN General Assembly. Also, we have another agreement ready for signing on WACAF. That will be also signed anytime soon. So the prices are good. So we are importing a lot of oil from Malaysia. They are importing a lot of products also, seafood products and other products from Senegal. So yeah.
Right. So let's look. In 2024, Malaysia's total trade with Senegal reached 1.37 billion ringgit, with Malaysian exports accounting for 1.35 of that total, and imports from Senegal valued at 14.1 million ringgit. What are the main products and sectors that are driving these numbers and driving this trade, and where do you see at this point moving forward opportunities to diversify, given that so much is going on?
Yes, I think when you look to the commercial balance between the two countries, it definitely is in favor of Malaysia, who sells a lot, especially palm oil. I think which is the first product we are importing from Malaysia. We are importing microprocessors and cosmetics and some other small products. From our side, yes, as I said earlier, we are selling some seafood products, peanuts, and some other products. But I think there's room for progress for both sides. I mean, to do more than what we are doing now. We want to increase the volume of exchange between the two countries. I think we have a lot of products that we can propose to Malaysia as a Senegal, including even fashion. You see, we have the same Islamic values, so our in terms of fabrics, in terms of let's say fashions, we can share, and I think we can also export, because Senegalese are very good also on fashion. Also, I think there is also even on agro. Yes, let's say agro business or agro on food also, because we have the same kind of food. We're eating almost the same kind of food. Is halal industry based food. So
similarities on many different levels. Yes. With Senegal being one of West Africa's most dynamic economies and Malaysia a key player in Southeast Asia, we'll be back to discuss more, looking at opportunities and what's ahead for both nations. We'll be right back after this quick break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching The Nation. Today we explore Malaysia and Senegal's partnership, and joining us is His Excellency ABDOULAYE BARRO, Ambassador of the Republic of Senegal to Malaysia. We've spoken a little about some of the history in terms of diplomatic ties, but also marking a particular milestone. Moving into now what is the areas of mutual investment, Your Excellency, between both nations. Where do you see the potential?
I think the potential is there. We have, especially in Senegal, we have a new government, so elected last year. We have a country to build. We have a whole country to build. So from infrastructure to agriculture to tourism, I think to to health. I think we have many key sectors on which we can explore. Starting by our what we call the National Transformative Agenda, which is our national development plan. I mean, who is a vision called Vision 2050. This vision is a very clear vision of our president and prime minister and government. So now we are in a way to transform the economy. Is a total shift of the economy, and then making also new options and new choices. I think Malaysia has his place on this new adventure. But let me just on that mention the forum Invest in Senegal, which my government is organizing the 7 and 8 October 2025. This will be a very milestone event where people are going to come all around the world to listen to my government first, to see the new vision, and then also to see what they can do with Senegal. We already informed the Malaysian authorities about this event. I think they are keen to come. All of them are very sensitive to this event. So I invite all the Malaysian stakeholders, government, private sectors, potential investors, traders to come to Senegal for this very important event.
So with Vision 2050 in mind, what we've seen so far are that both nations do reflect the commitment to expanding economic and diplomatic ties as well. And one area for that is the halal industry, which has been identified as a priority area, or perhaps an area that has significant potential for growth. Elaborate a little, Your Excellency, on Senegal's vision for its halal sector and how Malaysia can come into that picture given its global reputation in halal certification as well as production.
Yes, Senegal is a 95% Muslim country, so it's a very large halal is a part of us. So maybe we identify Malaysia as a key partner on that sector. So we want to work with Malaysia in light of the experience Malaysia has, especially on with MIHAS. It is, I think, the first fair on halal industry worldwide. So we want also to position Senegal as a hub of halal industry on West Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa. That's where we need to collaborate with Malaysia.
Beyond goods as well, there is a growing potential for services trade. We're looking at in terms of economy, IT, logistics and tourism as well. Are these areas that Senegal is willing to explore with Malaysia?
Yes, of course. I think nowadays we cannot go without these sectors because digital industry, or digital economy, or IT and cyber economy, it's something now we have to work along with. So Senegal also, yes, we have what we call what my president used to call the digital deal. Yeah. So the digital deal also is a gate open to all partners to come and invest on the digital highways, because we have a huge vision on digital economy. So of course Malaysia is one of those maybe partners with which we want to work for the achievement of these goals within the digital deal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the new deal.
Right, and when we look at capacity building as well, we understand that both nations are looking at working together in terms of joint efforts with not just in terms of trade, but also looking at your engagement and emphasis for mutual economic growth. And that also takes a look at regional stability moving forward. In terms of education as well, Your Excellency, this was something that was also highlighted in the the bilateral talks. Could you share something that's ongoing at this point of time between both countries in terms of universities or even training institutions? What sort of exchange are we seeing there?
Yes, we do have roughly less than 100 students here. Our ambition is to have more. And Malaysia also is a partner in terms of training, because with the MTC program and other programs, we send a lot of people here per year. I think there are some Malaysians also going to Senegal but we have also exchanges, sometimes talks at least, between our universities in some key areas like tropical sciences, agriculture. Like yesterday, last year I remember our director of the University of Dakar came here. We visited some universities. So the academic cooperation is there. So it need to be strengthened, and then maybe also to grow more. We have some challenges like the language barrier, but I think this is not now a barrier, because we can overcome these challenges. So yes, it is a part of.
Well, going back to your earlier point, 95% of Senegalese are Muslim, and yes, of course that also means there's a lot more exchange in terms of views, values and vision, yes, that can take place between both nations. When we look at culture, for example, Your Excellency, we look at art and music and even sports and tourism. These can be used to strengthen ties between both countries. How do you propose, or how do you suggest that can be done moving forward?
Of course, culture, arts and sports are one of our strengths. So we got maybe some renowned artists like Youssou N'Dour, like Baba Mal. Youssou N'Dour had some Grammy Awards, Baba Mal as well. He's also the one who did the music for Black Panther 2 times. So these people are very well known. We have many other young artists and other artists coming. For football or basketball, we are very strong, and also fighting sports. We have been 11 times Africa champion for the ladies, for example, in basketball. And then for football, we have been to the World Cup several times and achieved at least the quarter-final one time. Even for basketball as well, we are also strong in handball, all the collective sports. So individual sports also we are very doing, but the most maybe known sport is the wrestling. Senegalese wrestling, traditional wrestling. People love it. So I think there is something to do with your silat, for example, right, because we know silat is a traditional Malaysian sport as well. So yes, we used to have some players here in Malaysia, football players, and maybe some basketball players here in Malaysia. Our former player Alas Juf played here, and some other maybe less known players played here in the past. But to me, we can use music, arts, culture, and sport also to have more maybe connection between the two countries. Well,
Your Excellency, we're going to hold you in that thought and take a quick commercial break. Much more to discuss right here. We take a quick breather. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Okay, thank you.
You're watching The Nation Diplomatic Dispatch, and today we explore Malaysia and Senegal's partnership and what is being done on the ground to create better bilateral ties in all areas. For example, trade and economy, and regional and international, looking at cooperation in capacity building, people-to-people ties, and even education. Your Excellency, Malaysia is currently serving as the chair of Malaysia for 2025, or rather chair of ASEAN for 2025. From your perspective, how do you view Malaysia's role so far, and what impact do you think it could have on strengthening ties between ASEAN and African nations like Senegal?
First of all, we commend Malaysia's chairmanship. I think so far it is amazing, and all what have been done, all these initiatives taken by the Malaysian chairmanship of ASEAN, which is a solid bloc of 10 countries, maybe 11 very soon with Timor-Leste. Yes, they have been doing a lot since they took the chairmanship of the ASEAN. So we, as Senegalese, we belong to two blocks. The first one is African Union, and the second one is ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African States. So I think we can maybe start imagining of having a relationship between the two block-to-block relation between maybe ASEAN and ECOWAS. Maybe ECOWAS is a common market of almost 500 million people. So it's a very large bloc. 15 countries. We can say it's still 15 because the bloc is there. It's still, even if maybe 3 countries are not now very comfortable within the bloc, but I think we can say 15, yeah.
And as we speak of blocks and region as well, what about peace, security, and humanitarian issues? How can Malaysia and Senegal coordinate better and work towards having more of these sort of efforts?
Yes, I think we share a lot of platforms where we can discuss about these issues. The first one is the United Nations. I remember there was some time ago when I was in the United Nations, we worked with Malaysia. I remember the resolution 2334. Which was initiated by Malaysia, Senegal, New Zealand, and Venezuela about the Israeli settlement. That was on the Security Council. So that was in December 2016, if I don't mistaken. So we work on this. That was also humanitarian issues. We used also to work on all maybe peace and security issues all around the world within the Security Council. But we share also OIC, which is also another platform. I think next week or maybe there is a meeting planned in Jeddah, also to talk about maybe some issues. So the platforms are there in multilateral, maybe some multilateral circles, but also in a bilateral perspective. Also we can exchange what we can do together as an initiative, maybe to address some issues.
Before I let you off, Your Excellency, Senegal is often seen as a gateway into West Africa. How can Malaysians leverage on this position to expand presence within the African market, and also vice versa? How can Senegal use Malaysia as a bridge into ASEAN?
Yes, Senegal is already here. I think we count on Malaysia on everything because Malaysia is a very important partner to us. We know that already, so we rely on Malaysia. I think we know Malaysian experience. We know also the way Malaysia followed for its development. So now what we want is also to make Malaysia maybe aware what they can take from Senegal. So I think for that, Senegal is the most western point in Africa. So it is only 6 hours to New York,
yeah,
and 5 to Paris, 9 to the Middle East, and yes, maybe also 9 to the Cape, meaning South Africa. So yes, it is in a very, very central position. And we belong, as I said, to these two markets. The first one is ECOWAS, 500 million people. And the second one is African Union, 1 billion.
What is your message and what would you like to convey to Malaysians about Senegal and to the Senegalese people about Malaysia as we look forward and look toward an even stronger partnership ahead?
Yes, my message would like to invite them to explore more Africa, to explore more Senegal. So we have the facilities, we have everything, we have peace, we have democracy, we have a good business climate, so we have stability, we have everything. So and also we have transparency. We can accompany them for we have safety on investment. So they can make business in Senegal. They can invest there. They can come there for tourism. They can visit. Senegal is a very friendly country. We, in our native tongue, we call it the land of Teranga, meaning the land of hospitality. Senegal is a very open and welcoming country. Everybody can live there. It's like Malaysia. We have the same. We have the same also culture in terms of Islamic culture and also, yeah, we have a very pacific mode of Islam, Sunni Islam. So people are very welcoming and very pacific people. Please come and visit Senegal for tourism, for investment, for everything. And then don't forget 2 events. The first one is the Forum Invest in Senegal, which I mentioned earlier, 8 October in Dakar. Please come. And the second one is Dakar International Fair, which is a yearly event. This year it will be on from 7 to 31st December 2025. Malaysians are welcome.
Your Excellency, very quickly, under 5 seconds, perhaps you could say something in your native language for our viewers.
Bon, wax ko ci wolof rek di gërëm ñëpp di sant ñëpp di woo Malaisiens yi ñu gën a xam Sénégal gën a jokkoo ak Sénégal relation bi gën a jëm kanam gën a rafet ñaari dëkk yi lu ñu bokk bëri na xanaa di wax Malaisiens yi dal leen jàmm ak Sénégal ñu leen di xaar incha allah.
Thank you so much. I can only assume that means do come to Senegal, and we welcome you with open arms, as we do to those in Senegal here in Malaysia. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for your time. Terima kasih. And we hope that you've gained a better understanding of the growing ties between both Malaysia and Senegal and the opportunities that lie ahead for all. These partnerships remind us that nations, no matter how far apart, can come together to create shared opportunities and a stronger global community. I'm Jessie Chahal. I'll see you again on the Diplomatic Dispatch, your window into diplomacy and international affairs. See you next time. Bye.